Question: are we doing the snake thing, or are we just doing down the line and start back again?
Snake.
Yeah, snake.
So if you're the last pick in round 1, you're the first pick in round 2. And I know we have a time on there. I'm willing to grant a little bit of grace for people who are on the ends and have to get 2 picks in. So.
Okay. Cool. We are ready. So the first 2 rounds are going to be 3 minutes a pop. So June, that's going to be you on the end to look out for. You're going to be the 8th and 9th pick back to back. So yeah, we'll do 3 minutes, and the explanations can be as short or as long if you want to extrapolate on your thought process, or you can even hold the cards close to the chest, and we'll get these picks in. All right, Jackson, you are on the clock.
So much pressure. First pick. All right. I feel like the waiting thing changes a lot because the stock that you might have thought you could have grabbed later on, it's like you don't really want to wait to grab it if you want it to be weighted more. So, and then you're only going a year, so you really got to think about stuff with catalysts ahead. Man, oh man. I'm stuck between 3 in my head right now. One I think I can snipe later. Another one I think is probably going to be, actually, I don't know how everybody trades here, but we'll just go ahead and give me Core Weave to start us off.
Ooh, right.
Give me Core Weave.
All right, Selena, you are on the clock.
Oh, I thought it was 3 minutes for everyone. Oh, okay.
That's he made us sick.
That's so much better. Okay. Okay, yeah, not a huge explanation. My first pick is Amazon.
Amazon. Ooh.
The only explanation is that a delivery driver's at the door every day, so this is probably the for me.
Yeah, the show is, the friends of the show are well aware that I've made several mentions of the amount of Amazon boxes we see, not just at our door, but like the whole neighborhood.
And when Dougie told me about the Amazon credit card, I had an aneurysm and
yeah,
5%. It's amazing.
Dougie, how would you describe her face when you told her about this?
Well, I can venture a guess that the only other person who has seen Selena look that excited is Austin himself.
And that's why Amazon.
And that's why Amazon.
That's my why.
We will wrap on that. Dougie, you are on the clock.
Okay, well, I'm a little torn here, but I feel like, man, you're getting the 1.5 multiple here. So you're like, even if this company is $4 trillion and it goes to $5 trillion, you're getting a $1.5 trillion increase in market cap. So give me the godfather of AI. Give me NVIDIA.
He's got NVIDIA. There it is. All right, Lack, you are on the clock.
All right, I'm going to pick SoFi because, well, first off, I think it's kind of cheap right now. And also Anthony Noto is buying. And I think as a first pick is good because I think other people might go for it as well.
Wow. In Noto we trust.
1.5 multiple on SoFi.
Golly.
He's going to live by the SoFi, die by the SoFi.
All right. Hollis in Hollywood.
I'm going to go with a name no one's ever heard of. Google.
That's hilarious.
Mainly because I think Austin's going to pick them. I figured you're going to pick Google, so I wanted to get them first.
Oh, so you're just running interference? Great.
It was either that or Amazon, so Amazon was taken.
Sorry about that.
I will say I only own 8 stocks, and 3 of them are already gone.
That's a good sign for you.
All right. Siege, what do you got?
Too bad you can't get those all at 1.5.
Well, I was gonna go with something a bit more ostentatious, but I think that somebody might grab this, and I really like this company with what they have coming up. So I'm gonna go with Kratos.
Ooh.
Man,
All right.
Yeah, I think
the high beta on us.
I think they go 300% the rest of the year, man.
So they went on a tear like a year ago, and then they've kind of just been sliding.
Well, they diluted a few times, but every time they dilute, they go 100%. So, plus they have stuff in with agriculture. They're about to power all of the data centers with turbine jet, and they're about to do some stuff with John Deere and stuff like that too. So it's going to be crazy.
Okay. When Siege speaks, we all listen.
Yeah. Hollis isn't listening. He's actually buying right now. He's
okay.
I'm literally looking at the thing right now on Robinhood.
So no explanation needed here. If you've been following what I've been trending towards the last few weeks, been reading up on the Twitter, we are going to go for the Uber.
Uber.
I really like Uber here, just in terms of the value that you're getting. So it's a really solid, safe pick to bat lead off. But I also think it is it has the ability to. I think it could jump to 100, 110 in short order, and I don't think anyone would really blink an eye. So given the 50% weighting, that's where I'm going to head.
Yeah, that's strong. I've been liking your reads on Uber.
All right, June. June, what do you got?
Only one of my picks. I picked Degens. So Siege just picked one of my picks of my 10, but because I was going to go with Kratos. Two, not for number one pick, but for my number one pick, I'm going to go for Rocket Lab. I'm all committed, all into Rocket Lab. So, and then my number two pick is my other big favorite that I've had in all my stock drafts is USAR. And I'm really just bullish on magnets in general, and they're making their the domestic manufacturer of high-powered magnets that are going to power everything from defense to battery storage to there's just a multitude to energy to production to I love the company, so yep.
That's great. And I think everyone jolted back a little bit in their chair like I did when she grabbed Rocket Lab.
Hey, that's two off my list right there. Like those are in like my top 5 to pick too. Thanks, Jen.
All right.
Even though I'm last, I made up for it.
Well, you actually would have had an extra spare 4.5 minutes, so you made it through in plenty of time. Let's see. Oh, it snakes around back to me. I am gonna go for. I'm just really bullish the U.S. consumer right now. We're gonna go for DoorDash here. I think people are going to continue to be lazy. And for both of these categories, I think the people are doing a lot of whining about how they don't have money to spend, but the money keeps getting spent. Long the U.S. consumer. She was at the mall earlier today, and the mall in the middle of the day on a Wednesday was packed.
Like I had to park, like literally edge of the parking lot, like.
Not a Saturday, not the week before Christmas, on the middle of a Wednesday in July.
But the economy is in shambles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no one gets out of their car in Arizona in the middle of the day in July for no reason. Like, what are we doing here? So
all you have to say is look at what has been going on, like in the World Cup cities. Like people have been out and about and spending that dough.
And that all those numbers are going to show up during the stock draft.
Yep.
All right, Siege, back to you, my friend.
All right, I'm gonna go with a crazy company. I'm gonna go with Core Civic. I'm gonna go with CXW. If you don't know what they are, they're
prisons, right?
Yeah, they're into prisons. I kind of want to go with Geo, right, which is it's the new version of the Whack-Off corporation, but they just sold 2 facilities to the U.S. government, and they got a couple billy for it. And I think that we're about to see a lot more of that coming here this year. So I'm just interested to see what they do with that, because that is a data farm out the wazoo, and it has a lot of interesting things that are going on around that whole entire space right now. So it's something I've been watching for a while.
Okay.
Go ahead and just put that in my notes.
It's odd stuff, man. But I mean, you know, they're huge facilities. It's a huge property, and you never really hear much about what goes on in the inside unless you have to go into the inside. And it's crazy the amount of contracts and all kinds of weird stuff. I mean, the same people who build the prisons build your hospitals. So kind of interesting there.
I love it.
Very interesting. All right, Hollis, you're on.
All right. I'm gonna go with Copex.
Oh,
It's just spot
It's a
copper,
great-
right?
I mean, it's a copper miner ETF, pretty much. It kind of moves with the copper price, but I think it's at a really good price right now.
Okay. Another AI trade for Hollis.
I mean, everything needs copper, right, that we're doing. So
Yep.
All right.
Unless you've got gold for it.
All right, Lack, you are on.
I'm gonna take Paladine, PDYN, because I think
Son of a-
Siege is gonna take it. So I need to see.
No, Dougie was taking it.
Yeah,
Oh.
they got some cool stuff going on right now too, bro. It's so underrated. I don't know why nobody's been talking about it on any of the channels. It's just such a powerhouse.
PDYN. So what do they do? I actually I'm not familiar with this company.
You know, back in the day, they were a robotics company, and they did your Jurassic Park. They did all your dinosaurs and all of that stuff. You know, the crazy exoskeleton suits that they have in Aliens and stuff. They actually made those, like, and they're being used right now, but they don't own that part of the company anymore. So now they're into more AI, swarm and drones, and like multi-attack. Now they just got into autonomous space mission. It's gonna get pretty cool.
So they're a frontier technology company.
Yeah, but they, you know, their method of production is so cool, because they can take old machines and make them autonomous robotic, but just a data hub that they throw on there. But at the same time, they talk about the way that they look at success within their company is they don't focus on mistakes. They only focus on success. If it's failing, it's out the window, and they're only driving forward for success. And you don't really hear companies talk about that. They try and salvage and make up, you know, for the losses that they have. Not them, bro. They are just steamrolling ahead, and they have all kinds of crazy R&D contracts. Like almost everybody who's successful right now in these areas of conflict and confrontation, they have Paladine in there, and Paladine's fronting all of the contracts that they get now. They put their money up to get into the R&D, and the government loves that. They're like, oh, we don't have to put up money. You guys are willing to put your money up? Okay, we'll do that and see if you get the contract. So that's
There you go.
Yeah.
Lack, you got anything you want to add to that?
I'd say Siege covered it pretty well.
Cool. All right, Dougie.
Man. Well, Paladine was my pick there. So I'm gonna go. I feel like I'm gonna go for some beta again here, though. Give me my quantum favorite, QBTS D-Wave.
Needs no introduction, right?
Yeah, needs no introduction. They're a leader in the space. They've got the error correction. They're adding new qubits to their capabilities all the time. They're getting Defense Department contracts. They're not playing around.
All right.
and they're on a down hit right now too, so I get pretty good value at under $21.
You're buying the dip right now, baby.
Yes.
All right, Selena.
All right. We were just talking about spending problem. So
Okay.
MasterCard.
MasterCard. Ooh, that's a solid.
Okay.
It's a great pick.
Yeah, it seems like so far, like there's not. I see like you're gonna have a really hard time not being in the green with those two as like your lead off.
I mean, considering I use one of them to pay for the other of
I was gonna say that
The
about
full
Austin's
stack.
other two picks. He's basically competing with himself.
No,
Yeah.
I'm betting on the space because DoorDash has a lot more of the U.S. delivery market, whereas Uber is more of a global company. So you would
Yeah.
think that they compete
Same.
a lot
You
heavier.
own the entire market.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
gonna pick Grab next.
That's funny. Okay. All right, Jackson. A long time
right.
no talk. It's been a while.
Seriously.
Lots of names are off the board.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I saw every name that I've liked go away. It sucked to see my Amazon get taken away. Second pick right after me. I mean, I about shed a tear. But this company I'm going to go with, I've been with for a long time. They've really been surprising me with their execution lately. Lots of deals coming out. I like the way they're going. I like the management. I think over the next year they've got a lot of catalysts on deck, flipping the profitability. And we just signed a contract with Palantir, so give me
Oh,
Zeta.
you son of a gun! That was my other. He's picking
Give me
Zeta.
Zeta at the 1.5x. I really like what they're doing. And,
You son of a gun.
Yeah, I think this next year is gonna be big for them for sure.
Wow.
I mean, Dougie, you can still buy the
Athena's a
stock.
cheat code for Zeta, man. Athena's good.
Yeah, Athena's impressive. I think it really is. Like, I mean, there's so many tools within the platform. It's like if you've ever used an Adobe Illustrator or something like that, you kind of got to be an expert to use the platform. And with Athena on the Zeta platform, you can just kind of, hey, I want this done. And I think that's going to be impressive. And now you got Palantir in lockstep with them. And Alex Karp doesn't deal with, okay technology and okay software. If he's going to do a deal with them, I really feel like that proves what they have going on. So, and now you got a symbiotic thing going on. So, all right. That's Zeta. Next pick, I want to go back into the AI build out. I want to do a company that hasn't really had its time in the sun. It did for a second, and then it immediately got hit down with this pullback that we've had recently. Again, I like their roadmap. They just had an investor day. Some of the guys in the community have started getting hot on it. Like Amit just bought some. Jason's been on it. You got Steve looking at it. So give me Qualcomm. Give me Qualcomm.
All right. So we got two.
Damn it! I was gonna have that one.
Give me
So
Qualcomm.
you've got the two semiconductors basically.
Yeah, and then a little software.
A little software.
Cool.
That's a good pick. I just picked Qualcomm number 2 in my portfolio overall.
Mm. Yeah, I think they-
just
I
added a
think
bunch
they're
of
set up
Zeta
well.
spreads yesterday.
What
Or was
strikes
that today that I texted you? It was like, you're gonna hate this trade.
What strikes, Dougie? And what expiration?
I mean, their leaps. Let's see.
Because I got the 25-35s for January 28.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I got.
Yeah, it's like as far out as the chain goes.
Yep.
Honestly, Jackson, I thought you were gonna pick Nebius there before you said
yeah.
because you said
Yeah,
you
the
like
thing-
a lot of deals.
Yeah, the thing with Zeta is it's just like you're a $5 billion company
yeah,
and you're
it's a
working
$5
with
billion company.
OpenAI, Palantir, Snowflake. Like there's so much runway, and Nebius has run so much. It
Cool.
can continue to run, but I think it's easier for Zeta.
All right. Well, we have eaten a little bit into Selena's
It's
time
fine.
here.
I don't need a lot of explanation. I'm gonna pick cat.
Caterpillar.
Yeah.
Oh, taking Dougie's pick.
Ooh,
Oh, sorry, Dougie.
It's on my list.
Maybe it was.
Well, here we're into the third round, and I can't, in good conscience, let this go any further. One of the problems with this company over the last, I guess, 4 or 5 years, one of the complaints has been they're not very good at selling their own software. They don't have much of a sales team. They don't do a good job selling their own product. And son of a gun, if they did not just sign a deal with an amazing AI marketing platform to partner with,
Come on, Dougie.
give me Palantir. Give me Alex Carr.
Baby.
Give
him Carr.
me all the smoke. Win, lose, dominate, baby.
Confidence sells itself. Come on.
All right, Lack, you are on the clock.
All right, I'm gonna take IQM. So the ticker is IQMX, and so essentially they're doing quantum computing as well. They're doing like superconducting modality, and so I think already that's like a good modality. And so they just went public recently. They just completed the SPAC, just like a few days ago probably. And so I think
Is it on Robinhood?
I think so. It's on Fidelity, so it should be on Robinhood. So recently they've had a lot of milestones. They had an error correction milestone, and then they have a large presence in Europe. So they had their second computer go live in Italy, and now they have a contract with Department of Energy, so they're expanding. I like the team, and when Moth released their like Quantum Backrooms game, then they used both IBM and IQM quantum computers. So,
are you sure you don't want IQM?
Sorry?
Are you sure you don't want just IQM? Like, I pulled up that chart on accident. I'll take that too. So you said it was IQMX?
Yeah, IQMX.
Okay.
What the heck did you just find, Dougie?
I know, right? I mean, that's up and to the right if I've ever seen it, boys and girls.
Is this an ETF? Yeah, it is an ETF. Okay. Machine learning and automation ETF. There you go. That explains.
Hey,
why
hold on. What's in this ETF?
What's our holdings?
I'm curious.
Franklin Templeton. All right. We will project.
So they're not it's not a fly by night. Probably like
there's a lot of tech basically.
Google, Nvidia,
Semi.
All right, Nvidia and TSMC. Like
GEV, Bloom. Yeah, this is the AI trade. Lam Research, Clack, Arista, SK Hynix, ASML. This is the AI trade. AI ETF. All right. Oh, I want to keep this one on. I wanted to go back over here. Hollis, what do we like?
Let's go BWXT.
good old Babcock and Wilcox.
Yep, just energy play.
BWXT.
Oh, XT.
Tango.
All right.
Your voice sounds deeper on the program than in reality.
I tend to put people to sleep with my voice when I talk in a soothing way.
Well, maybe a story narrator then.
People have asked me to do that.
That's awesome. All right, Siege.
I'm gonna go with Voyager. VOYG. They just acquired Astrobotic technology. So basically the moon is theirs pretty much right now. And they got the Golden Dome with Andro. But I like a lot of the stuff that they have that's not in the scope of those two big hypes, but it's beaten up right now. It's not really recovering like the rest of the stocks are, and the premiums are just too juicy on the covered calls. Long in the calendar. So I'm gonna go with them. They look pretty solid.
Very cool. All right. I am gonna go for a really exciting pick known as a scrapyard and part reseller called Copart. This is a deep value play, but the one problem is it's not value if the revenue continues to slow down. So they do have monopoly status in this area. There's only one competitor, and Copart does it better than their competitor. This business has historically made a lot of money. They recently had management turnover. So this is almost a turnaround play, but there are valid reasons as to why the revenue did slow down. For those who are familiar with like how how COVID impacted the insurance underwriting of things.
Yeah.
Basically, everything went really far down in terms of pricing and premiums because people weren't driving as much. And then immediately that got blown up in the face when parts went through inflation and cars went through inflation, and we had all these supply chain issues. So that drove a huge amount of whiplash in insurance. And this business, their main customer is the insurance companies. When a car gets totaled out, it goes to them. And then, who's their buyer? Well, if you have a car that's been in an accident, you need a part, you buy it from them too, so that you can make the insured whole. So like they just have a huge network. Think of it as the Amazon.com, but for car parts, salvage parts, and just used cars in general. Super, super cheap premium, but we need the top line to pick back up. I think it's already priced for a lot of pain, but maybe it'll be an Adobe. But we'll see. It's certainly not getting disrupted by AI. I can tell you that much. June, you are on the clock.
I'm just curious interesting strategy for you to put that in the third round. I feel like you probably could have got that for free in any other round as well. I don't know if you would have had any competition on that one. Sorry, June, go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. Okay, so for the next pick, I'm going to pick Global Foundries, GFS. And the reasoning for that is, well, we're all into semis, but we're not focusing on fabs. And Global Foundries is a U.S. fab. It's like, pretty much our only other choice other than what is Intel and NVIDIA. So I'm just thinking that they really haven't had quite as much of a run as the other ones. And then we're also, our government is, even though I'm not a big quantum person, to make the quantum chips and the quantum technology, our government is giving them money to, along with the quantum things, to develop those the technologies for quantum. So I just think it's got a lot of headwinds behind it, because we're lacking foundry space and we've got all these semis. So yep, Global Foundries is my third, and then for my fourth, I am going to go for On Semiconductor. They took a major hit lately because they acquired a company. And I think it's really unfair. Both of the companies are doing well. They're both profitable, and they've only kind of added to, they bought a company and they just pretty much added to their income. So I see it as going and popping back up really quickly. So, and then, yeah, they work on power, maintenance in their chips, so their chips don't use quite as much power and stuff, and work for power reduction. So yeah, our semiconductor technology could really use less power to power it. So yep, that's it.
All right, you are all in on the AI trade here with some semis, a foundry,
deep in the supply chain.
Yeah, the supply chain. Yep.
Oh wait, hers is GFS, not FF.
What is it? What's the ticker, June?
GFS.
GF and then S.
Gotcha. I guess I'm deaf today. Okay. I am gonna go for. Let's see here. No, Mr. Advertisement. Okay, I'm gonna go for VG. I want a nice little macro hedge here if the bullshit in Iran just never ends. Which
I thought that one would fall
I
further.
don't want to be reactionary here, but we are going on a little while now. I was one of the people in the camp that said, the Strait would reopen and all incentives aligned towards reopening. And we've sort of done that. Oil has stabilized. But, traffic's not even at 50%, and it looks like it might be slowing it down again. It just seems like the U.S. energy market is positioned really, really well. And they have a lot of facilities that are going to be coming closer and closer to completion that I think a lot of people are going to want to be positioned ahead for.
It's a great pick.
Siege, what do you like?
Too bad that draft wasn't 2 nights ago.
Yeah. It ran the past 2 days.
All right. You know what? I think I'm gonna go and steal the little brother of BWXT, and I'm just gonna go with BW for a good little power play that I like. Some of the contracts that they have coming up, and everybody's been seeming to miss them. So I'm gonna run with BW for some power.
Cool. Hollis, 2 minutes.
I'm just gonna do Microsoft.
Yeah, that's like free money at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I need some safety. So
It's too undervalued, and you're getting 1.3 on it, and no one else wanted it. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
Lack, 2 minutes.
All right, I'm gonna take Amprius, AMPX. So they make batteries, like super efficient batteries, and so I think for drones and for like eVTOL, they're gonna need these like very lightweight batteries that are like super efficient. Like, so they use like silicon anodes or something like that, and so their batteries are like the most efficient, and so that's like their unique selling proposition. And they already have a bunch of contracts, so. And they're expanding, so it's good.
Awesome.
We're gonna if we're gonna have a robotics revolution, we're gonna need way more battery than anyone can even comprehend.
Yeah, and like one of these names, like out of these 3 names, you like so far you set yourself up that like if one of these 5X's, you're gonna be right there in the conversation to win. All right, cool, Dougie.
I mean, we're still in the early rounds, and I'm still getting really good free beta. So give me Eli Lilly.
Ooh.
I mean, it's a cash flowing monster in the healthcare sector, and they're about to come out with another GLP-1 that's even better than the ones they've had.
didn't they just get all-time high?
No, they're actually down 2% today. Recently, they've had a pretty good run lately, but they probably are near all-time highs. But you're more likely to have another all-time high if you're at an all-time high.
Are they taking advantage of the peptide wave?
Huh?
Are they taking advantage of the peptide wave?
Yep, they're about to come out with another one. I mean, it's in like the final stages of prep right now, but so like the original kind of GLP-1s, the tirzepatides and stuff like that, those are going to be kind of your they're going to be your Toyota Camrys of GLP-1s, and they're about to come out with basically like the Ferrari of it. So these are specifically targeted at burning fat loss and not burning muscle.
But like a good Ferrari, not like the shitty EV one, right?
Right. Which I still wouldn't kick out of bed, but.
All right. Selena, 2 minutes.
All right. Wait, what's the waiting for the very last round?
So as we go down here, the weighting here is normal weighting versus 0.8, so just 80%. So it's actually
Right.
underweight.
So the last round is 6, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I didn't know if there was more below.
Yeah.
Okay. This is on my list to do, and I'm just nervous someone else is going to take it. So I'm going to take Meta.
Meta.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I was
well,
just about
that
to
was
take
what I was
Meta.
back and forth with.
Just about
Steve's
to
ears
take
just
Meta.
perked up.
Gosh.
She did that just to piss off everyone.
I guess I'll just casually do Meta. Everyone's on board with that, right?
Well, now I got to think. Looking at my list over here, I'll cross it
Yeah.
off.
So what are
Jeez.
your thoughts on Meta? Like,
I mean-
do you use the platform a lot, or do
So,
you
like,
feel like you see everyone using the
I
platform
don't
a lot?
post very much. Like the last thing I posted is when we got engaged almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
But I like go on every day and I like watch like home improvement or like cooking or dog training or like stuff. So I do use it. I don't really use Facebook anymore.
Have you used
but-
Have you used any of their AI tools?
No, I know they exist. I think more for if you're posting, which like I'm not.
What's your quick take on the glasses?
Oh, I'm not a fan. Mostly just because just for like the privacy of being a person. Like I've told you, I don't like going to a restaurant anymore and like seeing the table next to me, like filming. I'm like, am I in your shot? And I was saying like, this is why clubs kind of suck now because like people are nervous to dance and have fun because like they could end up on the internet the next
Right.
day and like this, look at the idiot dance. It's like, so I don't know. The glasses are cool. And I think there's a lot of good, especially if, like for parents trying to capture the moment without having to hold them. But I'm not a fan of not knowing if I'm being caught on someone's camera when I'm just out
So
in the woods.
Dougie's very pro glasses, and he thinks that people are going to get used to it like the phones, right? Is that like a quick summation?
Yeah, I mean the same way people got used to using debit cards. They just people that had a problem with it got old and then the young generation didn't care what the old people were afraid of, and went forward.
All right. Meta is gone.
We're all old people now. Sorry.
Man. Gosh, I wanted Meta.
You got 2 picks, Jackson. One of them is
That was a good
30%
pick.
weighted, and then the other is 1x.
I really wanted Meta in that 30% spot. I mean, I just feel like they're throwing pasta at the wall, but it shows that Zug knows that they got to do something, and apparently they don't have excess compute if they're trying to build more excess compute. So, but we do need more compute. So, and I like the onshoring theme. This company is the leader in what they do. They got a good pullback from the highs. I'm gonna take Amcor. No, no moo.
Damn it.
Yeah, give me.
What was that,
Amcor.
Jim?
Man,
It's a good
I
pick, dude.
sold
I
my
just
Amcor
bought
way too
Amcor.
early.
I just
Oh.
bought it again yesterday.
Never mind.
Yeah, I like where it's
I sold my Amcor in the 40s.
Yeah, I like it where it's at now. Good dip, good spot to buy. I mean, if we're gonna keep building out, then I feel like Amcor is gonna get some good cash flow. So we'll go with that. All right, I'm a little heavy on the AI side, but I mean, what else is there in the market these days? All right, give me a company where we're gonna take the jockey, not the horse. I think if we get oil to stay subdued and maybe the interest rates actually don't get hiked, which I don't think they will. I think this company has a good 2027. I don't know if it's going to be too late for 1 year on this timeline, but I like the prospects. Give me QXO.
But why don't you think that the interest rates are going to move?
I mean, I think that I
Or
don't see
oil.
a hike. I don't see a hike. I think they keep them steady. I mean, the only thing that scares me is how much spending's going on in the AI realm, and that inflation can leak over. I mean, that's inherently stimulant to the economy. But I do think oil's in a good spot. I think that continues to stay within that band of, say, 65 to 85. at some point, I think that the data catches up, and I like Warsh. So that's all I got on that.
All right, Selena, you have 2 minutes.
Okay. What?
You're about to tell me
I'm
anyways.
debating between this and the other. I thought your own test, Harrison. All right. I don't think I want to do that right now. So I am actually going to pick Home Depot.
Home Depot. The Depot of Homes.
The Depot of Homes.
You think the housing market gets moving?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are just wanting to DIY more. Like, so there's a lot more people going to get stuff there.
Okay.
I've been buying a little the last like month. So
Great American business. Ken Langone.
Plus, you got Super El Nino coming. People are going to need to rebuild.
I feel like no one's like, we're never not gonna need tools, and they have like so much other stuff. Like they have like nice appliances, they have nice cabinets and stuff. It's not just like hardware. Like you can get like crafting stuff there now, and it's cheaper than going to Michael's. So like,
yeah, it's like a blend in between Michael's and Amazon. Honestly,
it really, and you get to go in person and like scout it out. So. Yeah.
All right.
The Depot of Homes.
The Depot of Homes. Dougie, what do we like?
Let's see. We are looking into, this company was a lot more attractive this morning than it is now. Because they just went up 10% today.
Whew.
Oh.
But I still think we're going to roll with a company that is transforming itself. Give me Akamai, AKAM.
Dude, I just bought that yesterday.
Well, I wish I'd have bought it yesterday.
I mean, I've had it for a while, but I've just been buying it on the way down.
Yeah, so it got a nice reversal today.
All right, Lack, what do we like?
All right, I'm gonna take Aluma, so ALMU. So this is like a photonics play, and so essentially they make like the compound for like silicon wafers, so they're like more efficient, and like so they're more scalable to like make, and so they have like a lot of government validation recently, and they have like a bunch of contracts. And so it's also just like an AI play overall. Like, so yeah.
All right. Hollis.
This is my number one position in my portfolio. ACM.
Okay.
It's super cheap. They have a lot of government contracts. They've been securing a lot more, and that hasn't been moving up on the news. It's like people just don't know what it is, but they're big on infrastructure too. So whenever there's bad weather, like they go and clean stuff up, and even the CFO and CEO have been buying a lot. It's just basic waiting to go back to 100.
All right. Wow. 24 insider buys. 14 open market insider buys in the last year. 3 in the last 3 months.
Dude, if you look at the statistics of when CFOs and CEOs both buy in the open market, it's very high when the stock goes up a lot. Well, like 10%.
And you said they do like disaster recovery?
Yeah, with government contracts. So I figured if we have a big El Nino coming, they do a lot of stuff in California too. The weather hasn't been that bad. We've actually had a mild year, but it's getting worse. So they have a lot of international government contracts too. So that's why they're number one position for me. They're not like a sexy company though. They're not in AI, that's for sure.
I like the vision though. Siege.
All right, I need a pillar here, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go with IBM. I like the dual rail technology. They're underappreciated, especially in the quantum realm. And I know that a lot of people are thinking that quantum is far out, 5, 10 years, or if you listen to Jensen, 15. But I think that that's drastically going to change by the end of the year. We're going to be required to have quantum, especially if the oil starts to have serious issues. You don't have the ability to power a lot of stuff like you need, and you still need to compute.
Yeah,
and that's when you run into quantum right there, where it shakes the world a little bit. So I'm going to go with IBM right there.
I like it. All right. I am going to go for Stanley Druckenmiller's largest position. I've talked about this company a little bit. I'm not smart enough to understand the science, so don't copy trade me on this. Actually, this is a stock draft that we're doing for no dollars. Don't copy trade us on any of this. Natera. So they're an oncology company. And so part of this trade is around essentially government moat with approvals. So Siege loves talking about approvals and making sure that you're the only one who has the right to do this type of business. This is what Natera and Guardant Health are doing. GH is the other one that is in this space. Druckenmiller's got like a 12% weighting on it. They've been growing like a weed. The chart is seeing momentum. So for an 11-month time period here, I like this one. June.
Hello again. It feels like it's forever between picks when you're at the end. I don't know if Jackson feels the same way or Jason feels the same way, but anyway, for my next pick, I am going to do. Gosh, I'm already moving down on my list. LEU. So it is it enriches uranium. If nuclear ever takes off, they're the ones that produce or like supply the nuclear, like the SMRs and all the OCLOs and everything like that. They're the ones that they get their supplies from. So and it's only domestic company that does it, and the government, and they're not big on handing out licenses and approvals for all that stuff. So that is why I am going for that. And my next one is Amphenol, APH. It's Power Solutions too on that one. Oh, you got the name wrong. It's APH. And yeah, it's just power efficiency. So they make chips that make it more efficient for power. So those are my next two picks.
So Apple, Paul Henry. APH.
Yeah, you've got. Yep. You've got it right.
Cool. All right. Now we're getting into the bag here a little bit. Getting into the sixth pick. If I'm going to be long the consumer, I might as well stay long the consumer. Matt Money, bring us to Valhalla. Dutch Bros. Siege, what do you like?
Man, all right, I'm gonna go with Honeywell Aerospace. I'm gonna go HONA.
And they just split out, right?
The spinoff.
Man, they just split. I've been interested on staying in a couple companies that I think are gonna split, and so this is one. It's kind of the first company that I've been in a solid split, but Honeywell's been around for a minute with the aerospace, and
Yep.
they just have too much power to not be tapped really big. And Viasat's talking about doing some of the same thing right now, doing a split with their company and going to their defense and technology division as well. So I'm liking the splits right now. You know, there's a lot of companies too that I think that if things do get a little bit more kinetic, which it seems like is happening in the Far East, people might start going private so that they can control some of these contracts a little bit differently. So we're gonna run with Honeywell.
This is what happened to GE after they spun off their aerospace division.
Yeah,
It just went bonkers. This is one of Chris Hohn's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Aerospace deep moat. Hollis, what do we like?
Let's see. I'm going to go with SoftBank.
What's the ticker for that?
I think it's SFTY, or no, SF. It's 5 SFT something Y.
Got both the Mr. Softies.
There we go. I think it's a great price. I love a lot of the things that they're invested in privately. They own part of Boston Dynamics, and they own a lot of future tech type companies. So, and I think the price is great right now. The yen's a little weak though, so that might be a concern because it's an ADR.
How much of their investment portfolio is comprised of like ARM and OpenAI? Because they're very heavy in those two companies, right?
They were. I don't know what I think they've sold some off. I'm not sure.
Okay.
They're in a lot of stuff though. They're very diversified.
Very cool. All right, Lack.
All right, I'm gonna take Inflection. So that's INFQ. So Inflection, they do quantum computing as well. Now they do quantum sensing and they do quantum computing. So quantum computing, they do neutral atom. And so Google just started doing neutral atom as well. So I think this validates their approach. Now the Google team's not that big, so that already gives Inflection like an upper hand, I'd say. And also the Inflection team, they have some really close ties to the government. So I mean, I know midterms are there, but I think still they're so cheap right now. It's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. So yeah.
I agree. Great pick.
Cool.
Thank you.
Dougie.
Oh man, so many great companies out there right now. We're not getting a bonus on any of them. How about I just buy all of them?
You're gonna go Boo or
Give me the
RSP?
SPY.
Give me the SPY. You bring a man to a stock draft and he picks all of them. Unreal.
I think probably like half of our list isn't even in this five. We have a lot of small caps.
Give Zeta 3 years.
All right,
Yeah.
it's Landon.
All right. I go CrowdStrike.
CrowdStrike.
Boom!
Ooh. Bang, bang.
I don't know. I just keep seeing more every day. And like the little thing every day that we have like a ticker
bar.
in our hallway, and I feel like I don't see every ticker on it every day, but I always see CrowdStrike, so that's just like divine intervention. So that's
Yeah, it's in the zeitgeist.
well, and they seem to be doing pretty well right now.
They've
you know.
been on a tear. They just did a stock split, so they're back down to 200, which is really 800 for those who have been following the name. Looks like they had a bit of a down day today, but look at this. They've had like them and the whole segment has had a really, really nice time. There's Palo Alto. We should grab probably Nets.
Selena and I were thinking the same way again because if I didn't just buy, I was just going to do hack.
Yeah, we can throw this one in here too. Hack. Yeah, so the whole segment's done really, really strongly. So you can see it's up. Hack is up 25% over the last year, but the rest of the segment is up 40 to 60%.
Well, Hack is the ETF. I mean, it's
Right. Yep. Yeah, they've got a lot of Cisco and I think like Rubrik and some other stuff in there.
Bunch of Google and IBM.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know this. Microsoft actually does a ton of cybersecurity as well too. So, Hollis is ready to catch that wave as well. All right, Jackson.
Man, all right. It sucks being on the ends and just seeing all of your companies leave. But I want some space. I want some space exposure. I might as well take one of the higher beta ones. This company's shipping a lot of satellites this next year. They actually just had one of the AT&T guys just went over to T-Mobile. It's the last stone in their glove, so to speak. Yeah, and that's it. Give me ASTS. I also like the spot on the chart. It's a good price right now.
Surprised this one lasted that long, to be honest.
Yeah.
It almost didn't.
I mean, it's almost like it's just consolidating now for the past 9 months. Even though there's just those crazy whipsaws, it's like now it's starting to look like consolidation more than anything. So we'll see where that is next year, but I'm interested. And then for the next pick, I'm going to take a little note from Dougie and why pick one stock when you can take 100 of them, and why take the normal ETF when you can take it levered. Give me the TQQs.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Now that's big brain. I didn't even think of taking the levered SPY.
Yeah, it's
Give
good
me
for
the TQs, baby.
It's good for the 0.6 flag. Just double up.
Yeah, I was gonna wait for it to fall down lower, and I was like, 0.8. Let's do it. So
ASTS gets their spectrum from Viasat.
Oh, I did not know that. Might as well.
Yeah, they're in a huge battle because ASTS is getting screwed over it. They tried to look at ASTS's spectrum company. It's called Legato. It's kind of
Legato.
Yeah. Anyways, $500 million. Then they got to pay like 100 mil a year for like the next 60 years for it.
Oh man. Okay.
All right, Selena.
NBIS.
Nevius.
Yeah.
Nevius.
Had to go there.
It lasted a while.
It did last a while.
That's the reason I thought now. I actually had something else.
We could have had this draft this morning though, just like Dougie's pick. This one
seriously.
So I had wanted to maybe do this one a bit later, just because, but I was just it's been in the open for a while, and I just didn't want to take a chance. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll be back in a sec.
Dougie.
Well, now it's time to take my little macro hedge as well. But man, I feel like I'm just already picking my own book, so I'm trying not to do that. But I've got like, you like portfolios built a certain way, right? So give it to me. Give me the next decade.
There she goes.
There she goes.
I only have a year. I don't have a decade, but give it to me anyway.
Right. Well, they can refinance some debt, probably prop up that market cap.
Yep.
All right, Lack.
I'm gonna take Atomera. So it's ATOM. So they have this like MST technology. It's very speculative technology, but it's very small market cap. And so this technology essentially makes, I think, transistors very efficient. So I think for AI, it's a good pick. So.
All right, Hollis.
Let's see. I think I just lost that. Shoot. What's Redwire? I think that's it.
Is that? No, that's not it. It's this, right? What's the ticker?
RDW.
Thank you.
Yeah. I thought that's what.
That was on June's radar. You know it was.
I thought Jackson was gonna take that, but it was ASTS. So
I was thinking about it. It was between those two.
Dude, it's really low right now. It was just like it
Yes,
was just over $20.
yes.
So
Yeah, it's insane. That
yeah,
one got hit hard.
I
along with
bought
every
some more of
but
it
that one
too.
got hit the most. There you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
I love the price.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
All right, Siege.
All right, I'm gonna cross over to my my prepper and my weirdos out there. I'm gonna go with Clorox. I'm gonna go CLX. There's a lot of weird stuff that's going on out there. A bunch of like doo-doo bugs and all kinds of weird stuff. But I like the new management also, and I think that they have like some good shakeups. And Clorox owns a lot of companies that I had no idea about until I started doing some DD on the company a little bit. And with every single one of the doctors that went to go handle the Ebola is being quarantined in their home country because they're all infected, I think that they get a little bit of look.
All right. So I am up now. I am gonna go for a very much zero or hero name. So I'm gonna try and play to the objective of the game. I'm gonna go for Fannie Mae. So
You've always liked this play.
I have liked this play. I don't own it currently. I have owned it. It's up from below $1, a little over 2 years ago. The play, basically, you have to look into it. Bill Ackman has a whole presentation on it, but Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac went under during the Great Recession financial crisis, and they've been private ever since. And so they have something called the net income sweep. So basically the government gets to keep 100% of their profits. The twins, as they call them, they make buckets of money. They have a 90% market share on mortgages. They just need to be taken private again, and the senior preferred listed as paid off. So that's what needs to happen with Fannie. We'll see if Trump can get it done. June, you have 2 minutes and 2 picks.
So for my first one, or not my first one, but my next one, I'm gonna take a handout from the ETFs, and I am going to do Volt, VOLT. They are a ETF with a lot of the electrification components. So as we empower the things that go into the power supply. So yeah, I think that's going to do really well coming up. My next one is going to be Black Sky, ticker symbol BKSY.
I was definitely picking that my next round.
Finally, I beat somebody to a pick. They are Earth observation and a lot of defense kind of like stuff, and they are down quite a bit. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a regainer, basically.
They were the blue lasers in the sky over Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Okay. I'm going to go for a growth name that is also an insurance name. It is a company that works heavily in the excess and surplus space. So there's more margin to be made, but also more risk depending on how well you underwrite. And they also do a lot of earthquake insurance on the California side of things. I'm going to go for Palomar, and I actually have to look up the ticker here. PLMR. A good chunk of their business is earthquake exposure in California. So no earthquake, I might look smart. Earthquake, this one's going down. That's my
Earthquake or bust.
Exactly.
Going long earthquakes.
Dude, I'm gonna buy some of that right now.
Long earthquakes. That's awesome.
I'm right by the Continental Divide right now, so you're making me feel really assured.
See,
Dude, that was part of the reason I got out of California. I was afraid of the earthquake coming.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Graham Corporation, GHM. It's kind of your components, like fluid power and electronics, vacuums, heavy on the defense stuff. I think that they're incredibly needed right now, especially since a lot of our contracts are getting scrutiny from small pieces that they're getting from certain companies. And like we talked about, you already have that deep trust with the government. So I think that they are quietly move up this next year or two.
all right. Hollis, you've got 1 minute.
Let's go BDC. Belden. Really good value.
What's this company?
They just do various stuff. I don't know. I read some articles about it, about the value and the fundamentals. I actually forgot why I bought this. It was in my portfolio. I think I just did some AI prompt and then found it. And then I've been following the news on it. It's been really good news and it hasn't moved up. So but yeah, the forward P&E is actually really good. And a lot of analysts have it higher, so
Very cool. All right, Lack.
All right, I'm gonna take IonQ, so IONQ. So Quantum has a lot of they've had a lot of news recently, like the U.S. government getting involved and funding or making the promise to give money, and then the executive order. So I think there's just a lot of momentum in the quantum industry. So, and they're a leader in trapped ions. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, solid pick.
Solid pick. Yep. Dougie.
All right. Well, you gotta let me swing for the fences a couple of times. Give me KORU. South Korea market 3x leveraged.
Yes. Levered Kospi. Yes, Dougie.
That's a really good pick because if memory
awesome.
rips, that's going to do so well.
I mean, it's already up 800% this year. And it's well off the highs.
That's great. All right, Selena.
All right. I think this is going to be
Shopify.
Shopify. Yeah.
Now, you use TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever been scrolling and you bought something and you were redirected to shop?
Not on TikTok, but I have on other
On Instagram?
Instagram and other
Okay.
stuff. I think it's everywhere that I'm getting to the point on TikTok where it's every third video is somebody's they have to put the icon that it's a product they're selling, and it'll be video, and then
Yeah.
it's not an ad, but it's they're not just making content to make content.
Right.
That is one day going to take me out. Right now, I just move on, but it's everywhere. So I see this still working.
Okay.
Especially, I mean, I'm a sucker for all the skincare, hair care. So Shopify's got that.
Shopify's got that.
Shopify's got it.
What does Jackson have?
hey Lon, I got a question for Biggies. Because what's the effective time of this? Because that stock just is down 17%.
They diluted today, didn't they?
Either that or Kospi just went down. I don't know. I haven't looked.
No, I think I heard Amit say they diluted today because he was saying that but
No, this is
that's
for-
actually
no,
good
Cora.
for Selena.
We were talking about that.
Perfect
No, this
timing.
is Dougie's. This is Dougie's. For
Oh,
Cora.
you're talking about the nav erosion,
Oh.
on taking the
No, the South
the
Korea.
levered.
Wait, what? What? Who deleted?
Didn't Dougie just take Koru? KORU?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the South Korea ETF. It's down 16.5% right now. So that's why I was wondering on the effective date. At least on
Oh.
Robinhood, it says it's down.
I just assumed we were going to do market close.
I
Like
was just
8 p.m.?
I was just gonna go through when we're done with them and start entering it, like whatever it is.
So the current price.
I guess, yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to lose.
It is down
16.5%
16.5% after hours.
off the bat.
That's insane.
So what is Koru?
Yeah.
Either 16% down after hours, and in the morning you get that 16% back. So
Coming right back.
yeah,
Well, but is that a real price though?
I don't know what's the cost fee at right now. I will tell you pretty much.
Yeah, what? Yeah, like if you buy it, what's the bid and ask?
Oh,
it could just be the spread. No, the bid and ask is only $1 apart. Yeah, bid is $460 right now. It closed at $555.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, maybe it's just a glitch or something. We could always figure it out tomorrow. We can go back and look at the time.
What if we take opening prices tomorrow?
I mean, I think
What
most
do
of
you
them it
guys
doesn't matter. This is a 3x
Yeah.
one though, so it could be a big difference. That's all. I don't want
Yeah,
them to
yeah.
lose
So
15%.
what is it? What does it seem fair to do though? I don't know. Dougie, what do you think?
I mean, I looked at the price, whatever before I said to add it to the list, and it was it wasn't the close, it was the after hours price. But
so do we want to use the
we'll do whatever the consensus thinks is fair.
So
Yeah,
maybe
if you looked at that price and wanted to buy it from that, then yeah, that's the price you wanted it at.
okay, so closing bell today.
No, I was looking at the after hours price.
Oh, the after hours price. Okay, so then I'll use after hours pricing. So I'll have to go grab all of them right after the show. All right, cool.
I figured that's what we would do, is just go get whatever the current trading price was.
Awesome. All right, Jackson, you were up.
Oh, all right. Down to the 0.8s, 0.6. I guess for this first one, I'll take a name that I thought was going to get taken earlier. I mean, it kind of sucks to get this large of a market cap at a 0.8 times weighting, but give me Broadcom. I like the spot here. Good value, good valuation. Not deep value or anything, but it's not expensive, I don't think.
Big deal today.
Yeah, huge. I liked that. Old Apple. Give me. I need to stick with the AI theme. Might as well. Give me Corning. Big run, drop
That's
down.
a good pick. Yep.
Back under 200.
What is it?
GLW.
GLW.
Yeah.
I was close. I was like, it's some weird ticker. I forget what it
Yeah,
is.
some with a G and W. Yeah, in bed with NVIDIA. Got to move data faster. We'll see what she does.
Cool. All right, Selena, back around to you.
Okay. I think I have my last two decided, but yeah, we're gonna
I
have
swear,
fun
take
with this.
mine this time. I'm gonna throw a fit.
No, I don't think so.
Pick Robin Hood. Take his Robin Hood.
It's my time. Okay, so I am gonna pick this one because they're either about to be where they are, they're gonna get better, or they're gonna get worse because they just bought Pizza Hut. So I'm gonna put Yum.
Yum.
Because the thing is, you look at like Chili's and Red Lobster in the last 10 years, like have become so good now. And it was all like, I mean, like Red Lobster's CEO is super cool. And then Chili's is like so trendy now.
You know, you say
and
that,
also-
but I haven't been to either of them in 10 years.
Chili's is actually owned by it's Brinker Corporation. It's EAT is their symbol, so they're not part of.
I'm picking Yum because they just bought Pizza Hut, and I'm like, it'll either make Pizza Hut.
No, they sold Pizza Hut, didn't they?
Gotcha.
What? Oh, well, it's a good thing it's just 0.6. I thought that they did sell.
Oh yeah, they sold Pizza Hut.
Cool. So, well, whatever. It's my pick.
Did you still want them? We can give you a mulligan here because you had the deal backwards.
I wouldn't mind a mulligan.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. When we got to the 0.6, I kind of was like, it doesn't matter, but now it matters. All right, give me Celsius then.
Celsius. I kind of regret that now.
Thank you.
That's a good pick.
Hey, I'm personally keeping you up on the rise. Your Amazon Day and my Amazon MasterCard bought like 12 packs of Celsius.
Oh, that's so smart. I should have done that.
Yeah, Melanie's got it right here. Celsius is going to be the biggest winner here.
It's going to be stuck in the 0.6 mud.
Dougie gave me like 5 packs in Chicago.
All right, Dougie.
All right. Give me the Hoog.
I like that, Dougie.
what?
The Hoog.
2X hood.
2X hood.
See, I knew he wanted hood.
I was
told
wondering
you.
why no one was taking hood
The
yet.
Hoog.
It's Ghoog.
Ghoog.
No, Hoog.
What?
4 letters. Hoog.
Hoog.
There you
Not
go.
Robin Hood. Hoog.
Hoog.
Oh, I thought he was joking.
What is
That's a real
this?
thing.
I
It's
thought you
the
were just saying
2X
Robin Hood.
It's a 2X leveraged hood.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense.
If it goes down 2X leverage, I'm only losing at 0.6.
All right. Lack, what do we like for second to last pick?
Oh yeah, I'd say AMD. It's a bit expensive, but they got Lisa Su, they got the Next acquisition, and MI 400 series ain't even released yet, so the fun hasn't even really started yet.
I can't believe that lasted this long.
I think it's just ran up so much, like, you know. It's hard to triple from here, right?
Yeah. How do you even double from here? Honestly,
It's only like 0.6 though, so 0.6x.
that's true.
All right, Hollis.
I'm gonna go with SVAC.
That's bad.
That is a SPAC. They are turning into a fusion company in a couple weeks.
As in fusion power?
Yep, they're merging with General Fusion.
All right. Brother, you and I need to have a talk about physics.
It's not cold fusion.
Yeah, we still need to have a talk about physics.
I don't know. I just think people to put money into it. Doesn't have to work.
True. That is very true.
Yeah.
All right, Siege.
All right, so since we're getting down in here into this giddy, I'm gonna go with Coty, COTY. They might get bought out. They might have some wild price action going on here. So we're gonna stick with them.
All right. I know what I want to pick. It's ran up a little bit, but I think the growth is there, and the administration supports what this company does, and everybody wants their business in the cloud. I'm gonna go for Axon.
Nice. Good pick.
Good pick.
June.
Okay, my last 2 picks are going to be good old boy stocks. The first one is kind of a different one, LBRT. And the reason they're, if you know Chris Rice, our energy person for the
Secretary.
government. What did
Secretary.
you say, Doug?
Secretary of Energy.
Yes, that's what I was looking for. That is I've held the stock for a while, and it's done really, very, very, very well. When he got appointed, I looked on where he came from, and that was his last company. So I think he's gonna, like, basically in my shoe is, if energy is needed, you always take care of your previous, like, if you leave on good terms, you always take care of your previous employer, employees, and kind of have the hookup. So that is my entire thesis about Liberty, is that he's going to make things favorable for him because he's, like, pretty much in charge of the department. So I imagine he's still got good friends there, and wants his old coworkers to do well. So that is my thesis on that one. And then I'm going to go.
June, before your next one, I just have to say this. I'm sorry. I'm on my third drink, so I have to say this. How about a nice cup of Liberty? See?
So, and then for my next one, or my last one, I'm going to go for RCAT. Just they've been beaten up lately,
Nice.
and drones are the thing. So I really like their management, and then they have Palantir hookups and stuff like that. So yeah,
And they go on a
I've
mid
been.
show.
They're the best. They're the best small, affordable drone company out there, and they have the most bodies. They got so many bodies right now that they've been racking up through Ukraine and all those other little areas. They're pretty good. RCAT's the one.
So what about Ondas? How does that compare to them?
Ondas isn't offensive. It's only like defensive, like Sentry. Like they just go up and scan. They're like a security system, and they can't build that many. Ondas can't build more than 150 of those a year per class, and they have like 5 classes of them. So they're $200K for one drone. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe for like nuclear facilities and the Pentagon and all of those other handshake companies that they have, but they fielded them in Ukraine, and they didn't use them for too long. They went with the cheaper stuff. Drones are expensive, man. Drones are expensive. You get those drones that the Houthis have been knocking out with slingshots, and you start racking up a lost bill up there, bro, and it gets ridiculous. So I think the cheaper drones are where it's at, and RCAT also, they're in like maritime, like they have they got little drones that like the Navy SEAL delivery teams have with nobody on, just dropping everybody. It's kind of crazy.
Very cool.
I'm glad Siege approves of my stock.
It's always a good sign. All right, I'm going to go for a founder-led company that I think has gotten unfairly caught up in the SaaS apocalypse. No, it is not ServiceNow. It is Figma.
Oof. Okay.
I think they're going to be just fine. I think the market will see it.
Figma was one of the cases that All In discussed. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago, when they were basically laying out the case for why the open source models are going to be where you kind of have to go. So otherwise, you get Amazon. If you're running on one of these cloud providers, closed source models, they just take all your ideas, wrap it, make a new product, and then sell it and compete against you. Not unlike what Amazon does. If you come up with a product and it starts selling, you come up with a product, you ship it off to China, whatever, it starts selling. Amazon just basically makes a carbon copy of what you make, and they sell it for way less than your margins that you can afford.
So here's the very tidy version of this. I think a focused entrepreneur founder like Dylan, like Toby, like Carp, a lot of these companies, they're going to be able to blow out of the water any attempt to copy and paste something that they think might be a shallow application, but I think is actually some of them very deep. And the Adobe Bulls have been talking about this, and so far they haven't seen disruption, but I don't think they see growth. I think Figma has plenty of growth ahead of it, and I think that'll prove out over the next year or so.
Well, for
Same
all
thing.
our case, I hope you're right, because
Yeah.
I think that's a shitty business practice of, sell your service to a customer. They trust you with their data and their ideas. You take that, you make the same product, and you sell it against them.
Yeah, it's not fun. All right,
It's a
we'll
shitty
keep it
business
rolling.
practice.
Siege. Final pick.
My bad. I'm gonna go with VSEC.
I thought you were going to say VSAT.
No, yeah, I mean, I like him, man. I like him. I can't ride him all the way. But I'm just trying to play with some different stuff that I have in the portfolio that I'm liking lately. So yeah, VSC is where I'm gonna go with. They're like aviation, but they're heavy in like government and yeah, they have some very interesting stuff going on, and I see a lot of growth coming on with them. And since we're going with what is this 0.6?
Yep.
Yeah, might as well just put something that's kind of got some wings on it.
There you go. Hollis, final pick.
So I was gonna go with a consumer staples ETF, just as like a hedge against the market, but I'm gonna go with one that's gonna piss some of you guys off because I know you hate this company. I'm
You
gonna
say
go with
Adobe.
Disney.
Second most hated is Adobe. First most hated is Disney. Good luck to you.
What about Netflix or Bud Light?
Or Duolingo.
All right, Lack.
Okay, I'm gonna do Clear Secure. So the ticker is UYOU. Just YOU, no U in front of it. Yeah. So they're like when the airport, like the Clear.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the play, and they've been up a bit recently. So
I bought Clear for the trip to LA because that was like when we were having all the disruptions at the airports because of the shutdown. And every time I have flown since then, it has been fantastic.
Yeah, it's so good.
So wait till the new one drops with TSA Gold Plus. Use that's all you. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, you're not even gonna have to go through security anymore. You just walk through.
Yeah, and this is a Peter Thiel company, right, Lack?
I'm not sure.
No.
No. Okay, sorry. I thought he was involved in something with the airports. Okay, Dougie.
Okay. Well, I'm at 0.6 and I want at least one anchor that I'm not worried about going down, and this one's not going to go down. Give me JP Morgan.
What was it?
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan. Okay, yeah, this one's probably not going down. You're right. All right.
This one makes money whether everyone else makes money or not.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I had a couple ideas. Thought about doing Adobe just to be funny, but I think I should actually take this one enough seriously. Okay, it didn't get taken, right? Yeah, I'll take Hood. That didn't get taken.
I mean,
No,
Dougie,
I got it.
Wait,
Dougie took it,
no,
yeah.
he did. I'm sorry, I'm mixing them up. Okay, Walmart.
Walmart.
Oh,
Walmart's expensive right
Do not tell Steve.
yeah. Don't tell Steve.
now.
I'll bake
Okay.
cookies before I tell him.
But no, just don't tell him at all.
Wait, what?
Just make him cookies and that's it.
But wait, is he like staunchly anti-Walmart or what's the...
Walmart and Costco have a high.
Yeah, I'll take Costco next.
Oh, like steam comes out of his ears.
Absolutely, yeah.
The whole.
His accent comes out, the whole thing. All right. My goodness, that is loud. Okay.
It's aggressive.
All right, Jackson, wrap us up here.
Final pick. All right, why take memory whenever you can take 2x memory? They just came out with it 2 weeks ago, so give me RAM. Not DRAM, but the RAM, the 2x
The Rams.
DRAM. Mm-hmm. Might as well go out with a bang. It's either that or Costco.
So you and Dougie both going for the long memory right here.
Mm-hmm. I like Dougie's pool more, but he gets 3x. I only have 2x. I'm interested to see how that moves. I don't know if they're meant to be held for a year, but
Yeah, it may not be the good time to buy it
yeah,
for
yeah,
a year.
Yeah, for sure.
And nav erosion might kill it anyway.
That's what I'm interested in. I'm happy it's in the 0.6 slot because I feel like I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll see.
Okay, so now that we've got all of our picks, sorry, I need to turn this thing off. Holy smokes, that is so loud, unbelievable. I don't know if that's loud for you guys or just us, but so now that we've got all of our picks, we can just sort of go around the horn here, starting with Jackson or June, whichever is ready, and we can just sort of talk about like how you feel about your picks and what you think might do some of the heavy lifting, or maybe names that you were gonna grab and maybe someone else snagged. So
I wouldn't mind going kind of first-ish because I need to get off my phone. It's all actually kind of overheating in my having it plugged in right now. So
Yeah, go for it, Jim. Yeah.
what did you want us to do about how I feel about my picks?
yeah, just like why you picked what you did, and I guess if any picks got away from you, what you might have picked, and what risk factors you might see, or like what your portfolio is going to do well under which conditions. Just really anything you want to talk about.
Okay, so I was sad that Kratos and Qualcomm got pulled away. Other than that, I wasn't too sad. But those were on my list. I actually think I have a pretty diversified portfolio looking at over it, because you've got a couple energy being Liberty and LEU. Amphenol and Volt are energy as well. Then I've got drone and space, and then I go into semis with USAR is a magnet play, but that's so that's like more materials. Sorry, I'm just looking at this for the first time, really. Global is a foundry. On semi is semi. So I think this has ended up being pretty well rounded, more than I expected, because I had a lot of semis on my little list. Some things that I didn't. I was thinking about toward the end. I was trying to pick between of my left symbols. 3 of them that I didn't pick is Synopsys. I had CEG on the list, and I had AXTI on the list. I don't know. I was whittling it away as I was going along because I had it numbered, and I just picked the picks right before this because I have been in the national parks all day long and for the last couple days. So I have been out of service for about like 8 hours a day while I've been there. So this is about as little prepared as I've been for a stock draft, but overall I really, really like it. looking over what everybody picked, if I had to like pick one of you guys, well, I'd always pick Siege because he always has a way of finding the winners. But looking at the rest of you guys, I actually, I don't know. I looking at those, I actually like Jason's picks quite a bit. So aside from Siege, I would pick that. But then I also like, actually, I really like Selena. I think for her first stock draft, this is a really well-rounded thing, and she's got some big names that are probably, I don't know, she's got a lot of staples that are, like, not staples in the way of just, but I mean big companies that would have to really fight to go down. So she's got a good base that all those companies have to do is keep performing, and she's a pretty solid. I don't think she's going to lose money, but yeah. And then the rest of them, some of you guys go way into smaller caps than I am familiar with, but yeah. So yeah, I actually like all the portfolios. I think it's a really interesting combination for everybody. So. Oh, I just noticed I didn't even hear Hollis pick Disney. That is, I hate Disney. That's like one of the only stocks I will not ever buy. I had it for a while and I lost a lot of money on it, and I don't know why I ever bought it. So that's my dog. Not to your picks in general, Hollis, but good luck with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's cheap, so I figured it's not going to go down that much.
That's what we said when it was at 90.
Taylor's this time.
Yeah, but they're getting if they get the World Cup rights though, and they have the Super Bowl, so that's a ton of revenue coming up.
This right here that I highlighted, this is the box of triumph. This is where the game will be won or lost.
Oh yeah.
All right, I can go through mine. Obviously, we know about Uber and DoorDash, along with Dutch Bros. Like these
I didn't see you got Dutch Bros.
Yeah. So Matt Money's gonna take me to Valhalla.
Yeah.
So these are all just consumer names right here. These two are value plays. Natera, momentum and growth play. This is a special regulatory pick, and then these are just three growth names that I think are well-led companies. Uber's extremely well too, but I think I'll do well if the consumer rips. And I also need a few things to happen. I need for a lot of your guys' picks to actually moderate. So any really pro AI growth, pro memory, pro drone, pro robotic, you guys are going to gain way more ground on me. I can almost guarantee I won't come in last, but I'm also I don't think I'm going to win with this just because of all the names that you guys have picked. Like somebody's going to pop off. So we'll see. I'm not super optimistic, but who knows? Maybe Fannie Mae will save me, or like everything will go down because the Iran war escalates and VG will be at $35. Who knows, man? Siege.
All right, so I went with a couple that I'm heavy into myself. Kratos being number one. I just see that the price is just beat down. And with a 1.5 booster option here, I think that this thing does 2-3 times where it's at right now. It has a potential to. I don't think that things are going to slow down in conflict. I don't think that oil is going to be as freely shifted around, and I think that you're going to need some huge players that are going to step up. And I see Kratos as being like a new age Lockheed Martin type of play, with them just getting into so many different avenues of like the agriculture play just listening to the CEO talk about it was a mind blower for me, because I found that and everybody was kind of thinking like, what the heck is this guy talking about? And I'm like, I swear, I'm looking at the contracts and they're doing stuff with agriculture companies. So just seeing them being beat down to 50 bucks right now. I could see like $70, but I see that being like one of my biggest comebacks right there. And then Jailhouse Rock. It's interesting. You know, I've been into Geo for a long time. Specifically just because I was digging through some rabbit holes with the old Whack Off Foundation, which is Geo nowadays, and how they're into a lot of like data and secret security that gets turned into mercenaries and all kinds of stuff. So it just led me down a rabbit hole. And lately I've been looking at infrastructure for how Department of Homeland Security and the United States government is looking at housing individuals. And there's a lot of weird policy that's written into these type of things, and seeing how much they got for just 2 shitty little facilities was pretty impressive to me. So I think that 1.8 billion on the sale is gonna touch the price here in the next week or two. So that was my second one. Voyager is outstanding. You know, I kind of got turned on to it with Tessa's group, and I had looked at it before, but when we started doing some DD on it, I started liking what I was seeing as far as like the contracts and you know, how they're kind of touching areas that are for space exploration, but more so in the ground game, like the actual, like the build outs and stuff like that, as well as being able to interact with high compute and quantum. Quantum is in there too. And the premiums on covered calls are just absolutely awesome. So just go buy you 100 of them and turn around and throw those suckers into covered calls, and you're going to get like 20 bucks on the call. So I like them. BW is a sleeper for me. I think this is my pick for 2026. You know, my brother's usually asking me about plays and stuff, and I had him get into that one at 65 cents, and it's just been a rock star the whole time. So it's kind of like a split also off of BWXT. They've been around since like fucking Ben Franklin. So pretty impressive. And they have a lot of build outs for some interesting stuff, you know, some space SMRs. They're talking about data centers. They're huge for the data centers. I don't know why nobody gives them any love when they talk about data center power and stuff. So they have a lot of interesting things in the mix, and the volume and, you know, your TA on it seems to be pretty solid as well. I try and stay away from some of the big names, because I think a lot of the big names that get a lot of the hype are friendly with the retail crowds. I'm not necessarily sure I'm too particular on that when it comes to power and data infrastructure. IBM's a powerhouse. I'm a heavy quantum individual myself. Qubits, you know, ran out there with the whole crew. D-Wave is by far my favorite out of all of the quantum plays, but I'm into a lot of the different quantum, and IBM covers so many different avenues for me, especially in the ability to be a powerhouse. You know, I think that if all of the computer companies battle, IBM is the one who sits on top at the end. Honeywell Space, man, buy a fan, probably got Honeywell on it. If it doesn't, it's probably got pieces in it. They've been in the game for a long time. Like Doug said, when GE did their whole spinoff and how they just ran, I could see the sucker running another 100%. Especially right now, when I don't think a lot of people understand that space community is only growing now in the United States is because when Russia invaded Crimea back in 2014 or 15 or whenever it was, that's when Elon Musk got on, because we got sanctions saying that we're not allowed to use Sputnik rockets anymore. And Sputnik rockets are the shit. Like, the Russians kill it in space. I don't care what anybody says. I've looked at all the data. I've nerded out on it heavy. So there's not a lot of people in the United States. There's not a lot of companies in the US that we are allowed to use to really get out there and do space exploration. So I see them being a powerhouse here, especially being public. And it's new. It's going to collect a lot of hype. There's a lot of political people out there that are looking at it right now too. Clorox just went through a huge change in their entire management. Sometimes that can be great. Sometimes it can be a shithole. But we saw stuff like Lysol and Clorox and all of these cleaning agents during COVID go absolutely bananas. And some of the new policy has been changed. It's kind of similar to lockdown policies and stuff like that. So I just think that it kind of fits the policy, and waiting to see what this new management does. So it's an interesting one for me. Graham is quiet. I've never heard anybody talk about them really, and they are just an absolute beast when it comes to defense. I'm huge in defense. I did a lot of stuff in the military, R&D projects and stuff like that, and just working with prototype tech and analog and stuff that survives when everything else goes fizzle. Lately, I've been looking into a lot of like beauty products and stuff like that. Like L'Oreal was a huge one for me. I had no idea that L'Oreal is into synthetic skin that goes on the top of robotic apertures and limbs, aka the Terminator arm is L'Oreal and a company called DDD. Was super shocked. So I started looking into like different beauty products. They kill it. I mean, you've got Ultra, or I don't know how you say it. I just know that my child's mother is heavy on beauty products, and all of her family and her sisters and everything like that are into it. So I started looking at these companies. And I'm like, wow, these things are huge. And Cody just got $400 million from Gucci. So I'm sure that that's about to hit up, and they're talking about like a buyout or some sort. So I could expect to see some crazy trading numbers go on through this. So it's more of a new one, and I'm being kind of speculative with it. Probably normally wouldn't be in my forte, but let's go with it. And then VSE's always been kind of interesting. They are aero parts and kind of like salvage companies for taking parts from this type of plane and putting it on this type of plane, and aviation specialists and stuff like that. And I'm seeing a lot of that right now within the military, especially, and these private contracts for planes that they're changing different parts and pieces from, especially with your fighters that are needed to be able to handle the terrain in certain areas that we're unfriendly with right now, that we keep on saying is going to have peace. Those mountain terrains, they don't really work well for a $34 billion plane. You don't want somebody shooting a slingshot and knocking that sucker out the air. So you see a lot of that stuff happening. Even your Boeings, even your big boys, your small guys, your like signal intelligence planes that are going out there. They have a lot of like weird parts that they end up moving from plane to plane. So I really like them. I think they're a powerhouse. I don't really see them going down much. I see them only going up. And so since it's the last pick, you kind of want something to, have an anchor you're not going to lose too much on. But I really like a lot of the plays. I'm glad to see people going out and picking, some things that are important to supply for your new age of drones and eVTOLs. And I like seeing Dougie getting out there and getting these 2x, 3x plays. I do agree with June. I think that Selena probably has the most solid pick out there. Like, she definitely probably won't lose money, especially since we're playing with different variants of multiples, right? Like, this isn't a normal stat here. So if you go down, you go down, but how much do you really go down? Especially if you have like a nice pillar, which is cool. And you guys have turned me on to a couple of these new companies as well that I haven't really seen. And I like that everybody's kind of picked and looked at some different options. There's a couple out there that got grabbed. I like Rocket Lab. I think that they're fantastic. But I've done the Rocket Lab grabs before. And I'm heavy Rocket Lab. I think that they become also like another Lockheed Martin. I honestly hope that Rocket Lab takes the ICBM contracts. I think that we can do it. I think that they're going to go smaller. I think that the Sentinel programs and stuff like that Lockheed and Grumman have are just never really going to get done because it's too much money and too much blue tape and red tape and all the tape that's out there. So
red, white, and blue tape, baby.
Hey man, I'm telling you, bro. But I'm interested to see what's going on here. These are different styles of drafts. I like the different multiples. It's gonna be fun. I was trying to go a little bit more degen, but then at the same time I was like, man, I don't know how these damn multiples are gonna go. So I might end up shooting myself in the foot. But I'm liking what I'm seeing right here.
Well, cool. While you were giving your explanations, I was talking to the commissioner of the draft, and the timestamps will prove out that Jackson actually got this pick in time before Selena started. He is swapping out the TQQ for ASTS in these two slots. So it does make a tiny bit of a difference with just the multiple here. But his picks were back to back, and he put that in a private chat. So the commissioner has approved this swap right here.
ASTS has their office here in Miami, and I've been waiting for them to get their. They have a ground station that's supposed to be going in. I don't know what's happened. I think that it's kind of on purpose too, but they have a ground station that's going in on an air base here in South Miami. I have access to the base, so I'm always kind of like looking in that area, and I'm like, how come this thing is looking like it's going a little bit quieter, or it's getting moved to the side or whatnot? But they have a lot of hype and they have a lot of use. The only thing for me is that's a big ass array that's up there in space, man, and like
they're only going to get bigger, bro.
You don't need too many of them with how big those are. Shoot, they started hiring out in Midland. It's about like 5 hours away from me. I almost was just like, F it, I'm quitting my job. I'm gonna go work for ASTS, and we'll see what happens.
Hey man,
they were recruiting. I was in Midland 2 weeks ago. They were recruiting for the
recruiting. Yeah, and on the job application, it was like, you don't really need to know anything. Just come in.
You know what? I looked.
I was like, okay.
I looked at some of the same stuff just because I wanted some swag. I was like, let me just go in there and try and get a T-shirt or a little polo shirt or something. Like, go into the office and steal a bunch of pens or something.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah, no, it's cool stuff.
Shoot, it'll probably move like TQQQ, so flip it over. Might as well. I like it.
Do we still have Hollis? Let's see if he's.
Yeah, there he is.
Well, I just added him. I think he dropped off, but let's see.
My volume went out.
Okay. Cool.
All right. What's your take, Hollis?
I kind of went with like, dude. In fantasy, I always pick like sleepers and stuff. So for some reason, I went with that mentality. Microsoft, I'm not really excited about. I don't know. It's just thought it was a safer play. I got thrown off because I really wanted Rocket Lab, and SoFi and Amazon, and all three of those were taken first round.
You got a second round pick in the 4th round though, so you're good.
Yeah. Obviously the SVAC is a Hail Mary kind of. I'm just counting on momentum really. The technology is still, I mean, even if it works, it's still going to be like 2 years away. But the way that people like pour into energy, like Bloom Energy, before they're even profitable and stuff, I mean, it could go up. Plus, it just went down a lot after they offered like I think it was $10.20 per share for people that want out before the merge, and then now it's under $8. So it happened with another SPAC that I did with Xanadu, where it dropped right before and then went up a lot. So I'm counting on that. And I don't know. The rest is just value, really. It's a lot of stuff that's cheap. I think I own like half the stocks that people pick though, because I have like 150. So I own all of mine though.
I like your Redwire.
Yeah, that price is, the upside on it is huge. It could easily double. Could also go to 0 though. So we'll see.
No, man, Redwire is a great pick, and like you said, the price on it is.
Oh, none of these I would put in equal weight in my real portfolio.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. The Redwire is just. I'm not sure why it's beat down so much, and if you listen to like Matt Money and those guys talk about it, like they're in cahoots with the right people too, and their tech is not terrible enough to where they deserve the price that they are. But again, I think that a lot of us only really get to focus on what everybody else has with the DD, because otherwise it's a pain in the ass. Like I would easily be a 4.0 grad student right now if I wasn't like playing around in the markets and just like learning how to do solid DD and not listening to everybody else, and going and try and find some shit for myself. But Redwire is the one, I think.
All right. Lack, talk to us.
Personally, I think I'm going to win the whole like competition, not going to lie.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
I'll be Siege too, but I'd say I like all my picks. I mean, I would have wanted Kratos and like Voyager from Siege, or maybe Redwire from Hollis, and then maybe QBTS from Dougie as well. But I think my picks are all solid. SoFi is kind of high, I'd say. Like maybe if I could have it a bit lower, I would have had it. But I mean, I didn't want someone to take the pick. Maybe that was like too defensive, because but I think I went a lot more riskier. Like I think only AMD is the only company in the S&P 500 out of all my stocks, and most of them are like very small cap. So I think there's a lot of upside, and I went heavy on quantum. So hopefully there's a lot of momentum in the coming year. So yeah.
Lack, there is a pretty good non-zero chance that SoFi is somewhere near $45 or $50 this time next year, which means you'll have gotten 1.5 times that. That might win you the whole kit and caboodle right there.
Oh, that's true. All right. Thank you.
All right. Speaking of winning the whole kit and caboodle, you are riding with your quantum name and Jensen motherfucking Huang.
The godfather of AI. And I also got the Messi of AI. By the way, Messi was actually working out at my old school in Kennesaw State University. Some of the kids that I was mentoring were taking photos of him. He's just sitting out on the field, like at the track, and they're snapping pictures of him warming up. So that was interesting. Anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, this port is actually a little too close to my actual port. So I almost feel like I'm not getting to like stretch my legs and have a lot of like silly fun with it. But I mean, the Koru is up that, is probably the craziest pick and the Hoog, but I really tried to strategize how to deal with the reduction in the beta you get. Hollis is open to trading. Okay. Make me an offer, bro. Make me an offer. I thought the spot, just picking SPY was a little silly and just buying it at 1x. So, I mean, hey, if it does its 15% year over year, then, that'll be a nice baseline. But I think I agree with Lack. I think he's got so much beta.
He does.
So much multiple stacked on top of it. If one of those runs, I think he runs away from everybody.
Yeah, he grabbed my SoFi and you grabbed Palantir. So by the time it came back around to me, I probably could have moved DoorDash way down the list.
Yeah. The car part I thought could have gone a lot lower.
Yeah, Copart too. Like no one was ever going to pick Copart except for me.
Yeah, unless you wanted it at the 1.3. So.
Yeah, and that's kind of why the multiples make it a little bit fun, right? Because like you're not necessarily optimizing for like who's going to take it. You also have to consider the multiple.
Yep. So that's another reason that I like. I get to take the biggest company in the world with the most badass ass CEO, and the company, like all this CapEx spending, it's all eventually accreting to NVIDIA anyway. So
and the orchestration layer.
Yeah, and so just bring me all the cash. Is it all going to happen in 1 year? I don't know, but NVIDIA could be a $10 billion company by this time next year, and I'll have gotten a 1.5 on top of that.
There you go.
QBTS could be 50. I'll get a 1.5 on top of that. Very easily could double again. I just like everything else. I also really like Jackson's port. Jackson, we hadn't met or really talked much, but I like the way you think, guy.
Yeah.
We'll get to Jackson here in a second.
And then Selena has like the OG probably best professional investors
like buy and hold. There. She's got the best buy and hold portfolio, I think.
Yeah, she has the best 10-year portfolio out there.
And then you snuck in some 2x and 3x is down here, and then a little bit of a I'll try not to lose money with this one.
Yeah, I mean, one of these should not lose money.
Exactly. Well, SPY, you're probably who knows, but all right, Selena.
All right, so pretty new to this whole world. It's barely been maybe a year, other than those little stocks I bought when we first met. So I didn't totally know what I was doing. I definitely wish I had done. So when I got Cat, I was debating between Cat or Microsoft, and if I had known that it would get picked before I could get to it, I would have done Microsoft, and then if I could have done Cat after, I would have. But other than that, I think I stand by everything I put in the order I put it in. I would have loved to get NVIDIA, but I didn't think that was going to happen, and I just felt like I had to get Amazon first.
Did you think you were going to get Nebius this late?
I honestly, I didn't even know if I didn't know how hot of a commodity that one
Nebius is hot. I'm surprised.
But then that's why I was like, if it's really that hot, someone would have taken it sooner. But maybe everyone was waiting for that.
Jackson went for CoreWeave instead.
Yeah,
I just thought that had more room to run.
Yeah, I was getting nervous about getting through it. I would have even actually made it one of my 0.6s, but like I said, the waiting on Microsoft and then not getting it. After that, I was like, I'm not waiting anymore. The Home Depot's, I don't know. We'll see if that, helps or hurts me. But I think, again, what I would have put in that place wasn't available anymore. So I was like, might as well just do the one I can feel reliable with. and then we'll see. I don't know. There's so much budget shopping, so Walmart made sense. But as you can tell, I was very focused on like the consumer between like Amazon, MasterCard. I'm like, everyone is just everyone's spending right now. Shopify, like everyone's not holding back. So I felt, yeah. I mean, that's
those are
and
all
then those
retail
are all
names. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like either retail or consumer.
Frankly, that's also like the only kind of area of this that I would actually say like I'm experienced with. Like I don't have any experience with tech or AI or anything. Like I'm a music teacher. That's out of my realm. But like being a consumer, I'm really good at being one of those.
Now, one thing I did notice is you are long like the AI spender trade. So Amazon, Meta, Amazon, Meta are like your CapEx spenders. So even though they're consumer, they're also spending a ton of money on CapEx that's going to benefit names like Cat, Nebius, NVIDIA, probably Palantir, definitely CoreWeave, Amcor, Qualcomm. So like as some of your names here go up, a lot of these names are going to do great. You know? So this is where it gets really fun. But yeah, I agree with what Dougie said. Best 10-year portfolio. Like close your eyes. Like don't forget about it. You don't have to worry about these. Like these are some very solid names. Jackson, leading off with CoreWeave. You are brave, my friend. I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It was either that or Amazon, and then Selena stole Amazon right behind me. So, but I definitely went AI heavy. If we're gonna keep spending, and if we're only going a year out, that was what's kind of hard with these things. Is like I'm sure probably most people here, I don't know, but I'm not thinking a year out whenever I'm investing, and it was weird to kind of try and think of, okay, who has the catalysts ahead, where are the state of the markets, and where do I think they're gonna be a year from now, not what has predictable cash flow and what doesn't. So that was interesting for me, but I like taking CoreWeave first. I did that because I wanted the waiting. If there wasn't any waiting there, I probably would have waited for like the third, fourth round. But that's the same thought process with Zeta. That's my one pick where I probably have the most conviction in. I know exactly where they're going over the next year. They're about to hit some big milestones. I was hoping to get them along with Palantir to have the duo. I think that partnership's gonna be huge for the both of them. I've seen a lot of people saying that that's really only a big deal for Zeta and not Palantir, but I mean Palantir gets access to all the Zeta Fortune 500 companies as well, and it really is a mutually beneficial partnership. And now you have the supply side helping the demand side in the enterprise. So I think that that's going to be massive. And then you go down the stack there, some Qualcomm and Amcor. Again, just more CapEx spend. I liked Amcor's spot on the chart. I just thought that they dipped from the highs there. And then QXO was more of my just rate play. I wanted to take SoFi, but I wasn't expecting that to get taken in the first round. That one's heavy in my real portfolio. But QXO, I like Brad Jacobs. He's a rock star. He's an animal. So if the market starts to sniff out some rate cuts into back half of 27 into 28, I think that one can potentially move in the start of 27, first half. So we'll see how that does. And then you go down from there, it's just all AI other than ASTS. But I mean, the triple Qs, come on now. What are we doing? Might as well take it. And then ASTS, space, lots of beta. Again, the next year for them probably looks good. And then Broadcom, Corning, and then a little double X on the DRAM, which I thought I'd have some fun there. So I like my portfolio. I liked how, there was a lot of tickers dropped in this big bunch that I just never heard of, and now I definitely have some researching to do. And so that's fun. Like, you look at LAC and Siege's portfolios, and it's like, okay, well, now I got to go study. And it puts me out of my comfort zone because I'm not that type of investor. I'm much more just, look at a cash flow state or an income statement, look at the balance sheet, and I'll tell you the outcome. So it'll be fun for me to kind of dig into those and just see if there's anything that sparks an interest. But my portfolio is definitely, to me, more basic than other ones. We'll see how it does, but it's been a lot of fun. And also, thank you to Austin and Dougie for kind of opening this up for anybody to sign on. I know I haven't met anybody. I need to make it out to a meetup as soon as possible. I mean, I listen to every single stream that everybody puts out. I start with the Mitt, roll into Steve, then you got Tanner. Even Sam takes up a little block there right before Mitt goes live, and then you got to stream at night. So it's like for a long part of the last like 2 years, I've just been listening behind the scenes. So it's been fun to kind of come on with everybody on the stream that I'm seeing in chat. And so I'm excited to meet everybody at some point.
Need to send me your details, Jackson. I just had lunch Monday with one of the guys we met in LA who lives in like Conroe area.
Yeah, man. I would love
down
if
and we had lunch.
once we get all the Texas boys together, I'd love to meet up. I mean, I've just been waiting for like a Mitt to come down or something and actually have a
He ain't
chance
never
to
coming
go
down.
to one of. Yeah, seriously, I know that there was supposed to be like an Austin meetup, but then last time I heard, he was like, "Oh, I don't know about that."
It was supposed to be a
can't
Houston one the year
travel.
before.
Oh, Houston, yeah. He'll never come to Texas. So that's why I was excited that y'all opened this up kind of for anybody to join. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna join in so I can finally talk to some of these guys because shoot, they're in my earbuds all day anyway. So
No, hey, you did a great job too.
Yeah,
no, thanks.
Good to meet you too, man.
Yeah, thank you, CJ. Nice to meet all y'all. I mean, all my picks come straight from the community, honestly. So I'm just kind of learning from y'all. So you think I did a good job, then y'all are doing a good job.
We'll call that. Very, very nice words, and we appreciate you joining. That was, I had so much fun with this. So just to, refresh some of the rules. So this will be going until June 23, and then we'll start to enter playoffs. So playoffs, we are going to do 3 rounds here of playoffs. Had to do it. I'm sorry. We're going to have trades are going to be allowed. And then at any point, if someone wants to ditch one of their stocks and they're like, this thing's cracked and they just want to get rid of it, you still have to eat whatever loss because it's going to be people selling losers or probably trim. Maybe people will trim gainers. But if you want to sell one and rebuy it, it would just be that dollar amount. So like if I'll do a nice, easy example here. So if Natera goes up 50%, now I have essentially $150 in this $1,000 portfolio that I can now put towards anything. And you can do that one time, one bullet for that, one replace and rebuy with that same money. As many trades as you want. So trades meaning between other players. And obviously the same principle would apply there. Just however much you're down or whatever that position is worth, that's how much your position would now be worth. And then, the interesting part that we didn't even talk about yet, which is starting the first round of playoffs, you're going to end up having to pick of this bunch, your 6 stocks. So, and that's only going to be for 1 week to go. So that's going to be even worse for lower beta, unless that beta ends up blowing up in someone's face. So because when we get down to 6 stocks and it's only 1 week rounds, that stock better move. Otherwise you're going to fall behind. And then, we can get into some of the deeper playoff rules here, but I think this was a really, really good draft. I liked everyone's picks. I think I might come in last. Who knows?
The consumer crumbles, your toast.
Yeah. Well, if the consumer crumbles, I think all of the trades are toast. Are they not?
That's very true. 100%.
It all falls apart.
I'm interested in seeing this household competition between you and Selena.
Well, if the consumer crumbles, Next and VG are going to have made out.
Oh yeah. I'm upset I didn't get one of those.
I mean, there were other options. It was Exxon, Chevron, like
Yeah.
There were
Cheniere.
other like more energy plays.
Could have even done XLE.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Or the 2X XLE, 3X
Dude,
XLE.
CCJ is at a great price too right now.
Cheniere too.
I almost picked them.
Well,
Oh,
cool.
but I was trying to figure out like exactly how it would make money on a leveraged VIX ETF too. But I was like,
Dude,
The
I
NAV
thought about
erosion would
picking
just
UVix,
kill you.
man. I know.
the NAV
You
erosion
could,
will kill you.
you
over a
could
year.
literally short UVix or get it, and either way, you'd be good depending on when you get out.
Right.
'Cause I
Yeah.
bet you anything it's going to go over 100 at some point this year, and it's also going to go under 50 at some point this year.
You're the only thing you'd be saying. Well, did the president tweet? Is he going to tweet on June 23rd, 2027? Because if he does, you're good.
Well, I would just exit out whenever it's high.
That's
and you
true.
can rebalance. So, yeah, definitely don't. The only way to hold that for a year is short it, because I guarantee you it will be lower in 1 year from now than it is right now. The NAV erosion on that thing is crazy.
I'm just highlighting which names I own because I think my whole portfolio basically got picked.
Dude, Jackson's picks, I own every single one of them except I just sold GLW.
There we go.
I don't have
Don't make me
have
blush.
RAM. I have DRAM.
Yeah. You got to get you some 2X.
You know,
Make you feel
Zeta
good over here.
is going to be an
I
interesting
just bought
one
DRAM
because
yesterday.
it's going to put
I'll
so
probably sell
many.
it in a
It's
couple
going to put
days.
so many other companies on edge
I also
for
just
a
bought Micron
super cheap
2X.
price.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, they're coming for everybody's lunch. I mean,
And they're so cheap.
They're so cheap.
So
Yeah,
cheap.
you-
I mean, so cheap on every valuation metric you want to use. I mean, it's like a 3X price of sales, and then they flip the profitability. It's like they're going to start running. And you look at the fundamental, like you look at the margins, and it's just everything's like inflecting. It's like, okay, when does it stop? And then you partner with Palantir, and then
that's the part right there. You know, you get all of the data for free. Well, Palantir really gets to
yeah,
boost off of them because they
Yep.
get all of the data for free, essentially. You know,
Right.
all the partnerships and everything like that. So whether you
They,
want to deal
they
with
get all the
Palantir
Athena
or
customers
not,
too.
yeah,
yeah.
All the
And
Athena
then on-
customers get turned into Foundry customers.
yep.
Yes. And if you're on Foundry already, and then you're working with Palantir, and it's like, hey, you can flip a switch and get Athena and get the whole Zeta platform. It's like at the flip of a button. It's like, hey, use this, you'll get better return. And it's
But
like,
it's you know what one thing the CEO said the other day was every other company that has the data set that Zeta has a $1 trillion valuation.
yes, it's literally Meta, Google, and Amazon, and then Zeta. And it's like we're a $5 billion company. What's going on here? And no wonder Palantir wanted to partner with them. It's like Palantir doesn't want to own the data, but let's partner with the fourth largest first party data set outside of the walled gardens. I mean,
Yep.
it makes total sense, and it also just like solidifies the thesis that the software is legit. So many people look at it, it's like, oh, it's a black box. I don't know what to do with this. Like anything could happen. Are they legit? It's like, how much more legit can you be than having Alex Karp, giving you the check mark on your software? So it makes me excited for sure.
Not only that, but it gives them access to fast tracking for different types of contract work as well, because you have the partnership. So you can utilize the other partners' insurance, so to speak, for a lot of these
Right.
types of contracts, which is awesome. Like that's how you get in with your R&D. Like it's like, hey, we don't have to have the qualifications, but Palantir's got all of the qualifications out the wazoo. Like they're almost checked out through the box for anything government or that requires a lot of certification. So I'm really
it's
impressed
huge
with-
for a smaller company like that. Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So,
no, the execution's been crazy.
Venom brings up a good question. We just had an all retail stock draft where we picked 80 stocks and none of them were Tesla or SpaceX.
I just think that SpaceX.
I looked at it every
takes a
round.
terrible
I looked
dip.
at them both every round.
I did.
It's
I
just
did
hard
too.
for a year.
I really wanted to grab SpaceX, but I'm like, man, you know, if the story is really true that like true millionaires and billionaires are going to be born off of SpaceX, it's not going to be at a 160 price. It's going to be at like an 80 or a 70. You know, it's going to be like one of those ones because, I mean, shit, I don't think Elon's scared of being like, hey, we're going to dilute. We need 100 billion. You know what I mean? Like we're going to go all the way down and everybody's going to act like it's crazy until whatever billions they just got takes over the game. So
yeah, but they are there's gonna be a day, probably between now and June 23rd, 2027, when they announce the merger. And I don't know if it's SpaceX or if it's Tesla that's going to own it, but it's going to run that day.
Hell yeah. I mean, those Tesla factories are basically, you can build a Gundam wing in that bitch. You know what I mean? Like you can build like a straight up space station in Tesla. So for people who are like, I don't see it, I'm like, you just see vehicles. That's it. I was like, the only thing that you think that Tesla is capable of is just pumping out fucking vehicles, which is,
look at those factories. They can build anything in those factories.
Yeah, anything. Yeah.
It was just hard with the year timeline to go with Tesla or SpaceX. Like, I feel like, you know, like it's just hard to project that out. And honestly, it makes it more interesting for the other space names as SpaceX shares come unlocked. And I feel like we've already started to see it a little bit where the price on SpaceX comes down a little bit. People are selling, getting their money out. And it's like, okay, let's go play with the other space names. You know, they all dipped. They're all cheaper now. So
yeah, but now, but then you have the psychology of the retail investor who we're not necessarily retail investor. We're community investors now because it's like a collective of everybody's DD. And we kind of go into like modes of psychosis where it's like, oh shit, the price isn't going up today. I need to get out of this and jump into something else. And it's like, none of the space names are really recovering. They're kind of all like a little beat down, you know, which for me is kind of great because I got some covered calls on some of these space names where I'm like, I'm not necessarily feeling the sweats now. You know, I'm like, I can readjust a little bit. I can get a discount. I can buy back and, you know, save me a couple grand. Or
the premiums on all of them is great.
Yep.
The premiums are incredible. Every single space name.
Yeah. Especially Voyager. Voyager was one of the ones that got me hip to it, was just looking at the fee at the premiums that I could get on just some, you know, year out strikes. I don't have to pay the taxes on the year out strike, and I can just kind of just sit and, you know, see how things go. And I was just like, holy crap, what is going on with this company? Let me look some more. And I was just like, okay, wow, they're into some actual space company type of infrastructure and connections and contracts and certifications. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see, like you said, we kind of all come together as a group, and kind of our picks are solidified off of somebody else's sentiments around it, somebody else's bear case, bull case, or whatnot. And that's one of the good things that I really appreciate about Dougie and Austin too, is that they're not over there just dick riding like all of the hype companies. You know, they talk about like
100%.
You might not want to hear about your favorite company, you know, which is good. I see Matt does that a lot too. Matty gets out there and, you know, he's very realistic with it. And like, he's kind of like you, Jackson. Like, he looks at the numbers and he's like, I can tell you kind of like where they're going to be just based off of this. But then he also allows me to say, hey, regardless of the valuation, I still think they're going to go surpass this.
That's the easiest thing for me to do, is like Matt talks a ton about like backing your way into your position today. And it's like that's how, for me at least, I can hold through the swings and the volatility, because you can look out to you have your DD, you have your fundamental analysis, and it's like it makes it hard for me to do that on things where the numbers aren't there yet, but it's built on promise that the numbers will be there in the future. And it's like, I'm not smart enough for that, you know?
Right. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm gonna have fun with this this little draft. I know we got a couple other drafts going on, but this one has a bit more interaction with it, which is needed, I think.
Yeah, and what the plan with this is, I am gonna ask a few AIs, maybe Gemini first, and maybe I can get some help from Dougie. We can figure out some other AIs that we can ask to see like what the predictions are from some of the AIs, and we can add those predictions in somewhere. And then the other thing that we can do, I was gonna put a tracker, like a live tracker together, so that we could just see where we're at in terms of standings day to day.
I also want to see one of the full 80. Like, how did we do as a team?
All 80.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we can throw that together.
Dude, we have some crazy high beta portfolio.
Now, with the 80, did you want it just to be 80 all 1x, or did you mean 80 with these multiples?
I mean, I
With
was
the
just thinking
multiples,
for
right?
simple 80 all 1x, but I mean, it's just how much more time do you want to spend writing formulas? Sure. You can do both. You can do both. But I was just interested to see how the team performed, as the collective.
Okay. Well, cool. I think we're gonna wrap here. Anything else that anyone wanted to add, Dougie?
No, I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for jumping online. I know some of you might have been your first time being on stream or something. So, and I know that takes a little bit of courage to get up and public speaking a little bit. But I thought everybody did a great job, especially newcomers, Lack and Jackson. First time meeting you guys. So
Yeah, you guys did great. I
Thank
enjoyed
you.
meeting you guys.
Yeah, thank you. You as well.
So yeah, looking forward to having more events, more stuff, more like multi people events. We'll have to figure out something else we can do to get 4, 5, 6 people on.
Very cool. We're gonna go grab all of these prices as they stood, maybe like half an hour ago, whenever we picked them. We're gonna lock in the dollar amounts, and we are off to the races. We have until market close June 23rd before we figure out what the seedings are going to be, and then we'll move to playoffs. Thanks everyone for joining. This was the 2026 stock draft.
Hey, thanks for hosting.
Thank you for hosting.
Yep.
Yep.
It was a
See you guys.
blast.
Later.